So the next stitch that we're going to do is a running stitch. Now this is a simple stitch, and I think it's this one stitch that everybody learns as a little kid, how to sew. It's also known as a basting stitch, and this is what we'll use to hold items together temporarily. The basting stitch we always remove. So when we do this stitch, we're actually going to use a double thread as well. Even when you're basting, you do not want to use a single thread. It doesn't seem to hold it as well. We'll baste things like our stitch and tear to our fabric. We'll baste during beadwork, we'll baste bags together to hold them in place as we stitch around. So it is a very important stitch to learn. So it's just a basic in and out stitch. So once again, with a knot and double thread, you go in at one spot. When you're basting, you want to pull nice and tight, but you don't want to pull it so tight that it's going to wrinkle your fabric. And as you can see, these we could take a little bit longer stitch because this is just a temporary stitch. It's a stitch to hold things in place while you're doing the regular work. Because if we have things starting to slide around while we're working, it's going to make a mess, especially if you're doing applique work and you do not want your top fabric to move around as you're stitching, because then you'll end up with lumps and ripples and it won't lay smooth and flat to its background. So that's the running stitch. You just go in and out of the fabric, back and forth. Try to keep your needle going straight in or straight down and straight up when you're going through the fabric. That way it doesn't cause your thread to slant, and it keeps it from your fabric from shifting because of the way that the needle is slanted. So a basic running stitch.